The following program is meant for adult audiences only. If you are easily offended, you are choosing to be offended by continuing to watch. If jokes upset you, whether bad or good, you might end up crying. Being a bitch in life is difficult, I imagine, but you must find a way to continue. For all the haters and lurkers, hope you enjoy the show. For the bigot army, enjoy the show. Don't be a pussy.
そうだ。テレビつけてもいいぞ。
冒険アニメ。
よりによって。
サイレンサー付きの拳銃だと。
ワクワク。
Here we go! Lucha, 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 lucha! It's the way of life!
There is a fifth dimension, beyond that which is known to man. It is a dimension as vast as space and as timeless as infinity. It is the middle ground between light and shadow, between science and superstition, and it lies between the pit of man's fears and the summit of his knowledge. This is the dimension of imagination. It is an area which we call
the Grifter Zone.
Oh, you found your moo.
My crew is big and it keeps getting bigger. That's because Jesus Christ is.
Man, I want to get drunk in a hotel room with you.
That might be taken out of context.
Gay, gay, gay.
Oh. No. How is it my fault? What? The bragging gifted this and I'm immediately called an anti-Semite? Come on, dog.
Bruh.
What are these characters? Nazi furry? Hypno, why would you do this to me? Said, welcome to Goonergate. Protect your booty hole.
What's up, nerds? It's Alyssa Mercante, Kotaku senior editor, and
nobody even wants you here.
And I would take her to Chili's, maybe. You know, like, genuinely, I just want the best for her. Genuinely.
Listen, if it was consensual and you didn't hate the Jews, I'd fuck the shit out of you. I would.
What did he say? People are gonna clip that. You know that I don't.
Clip it. I know you don't. Come on. But that's the thing. Why can't we have fun?
Bruh.
That's an interesting way of putting. That makes sense.
He's jealous. Fuck yeah. Been knew I was that bitch. I didn't need a man to tell him to fuck.
And Hypnotic again, member for 1 month. Thank you. Enjoy First Berserker. What's that black stuff between an elephant's toes? Slow natives. Wait.
Wild.
Yeah. On the other end of the spectrum. Yes.
Okay. I'd say that goes out of dad into dark, but sure, yeah.
Definitely dark.
Somebody replies and it says, "This is embarrassing." And he says, "Not as embarrassing as your take on trans kids. It was not researched. It was cruel and it had no basis in facts. So forgive me if I don't take all your takes that seriously." Who's this person?
Bruh.
Look at the fucking thumbnail. God of Cock Meltdown. Oh my God, look at this. Oh man. Yeah, sure. Trans kids, for sure, man.
Right, but you're giving an opinion on an article with a headline that's inflammatory. So the fact that you're giving an opinion on what's on screen,
Did I focus on the inflammatory nature of the headline?
Well, can I assume that everything in this article you would agree with?
You shouldn't assume. It makes an ass out of yourself and me.
Okay, so
down his timeline, you're gonna see a lot of ass and titties. Okay, me on my Twitter timeline, you ain't gonna see none of that. As a matter of fact, like I can show you, I can scroll down my entire news feed on Twitter. Why would you ruin my point? I'm trying. God damn. Why would you ruin it? I didn't do that. I don't know who this chick is. Why would you do that? I can't even edit it out.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Someone you love been canceled? Have you been the target of online harassment because of something you said or refused to be compelled to say by the mob? Did you mistakenly think you could be an individual, form your own opinions, and keep all of your friends?
Titty
Did your social
freakers.
credit score tanked because you had a conversation with, subscribe to, or follow someone who suffers from wrongthink? Have you been called a literal Nazi because you think taking care of one's physical health is important? Have you tried apologizing for your transgressions only to find out you actually poured gasoline on the they-them flames? Have you ever had a politically incorrect thought or, heaven forbid, made an off-color joke? Well, we here at the Office of the Cancelled are here for you. As a member of the club, we offer exclusive trading cards, flak jackets, lapel pins, access to bomb shelters, as well as audio tracks from based artists that are sure to pump you up for a day at the range and get some of that much-needed two-way therapy. Remember, folks, you're only canceled if you let yourself be canceled, and every one of those collectivist NPCs can go fuck themselves.
Eating the dogs, they're eating the cats. Eat the cat, eat the cat.
I'll wait some time because the longer we wait, like the more realistic it'll be, you know, when he comes back to life. The touch of the black man in a woke story. The God hand shining down, shining upon thee. White man as you lay down. Cis white man and couple in background. Understand the power of a black man is a God hand.
Pro-black Twitter!
I breathe life into you. One touch is not enough from greatness. One touch from the black man. Watch me do it again. Kneel and be amazed at the touch of the black man. I bring life. I bring life.
Pro-black Twitter hoes!
That's right! That's right!
Robocock, don't clip that, no!
Bruh.
Oh God, that's getting clipped.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Oh shit. I was doing so good tonight too.
I'm tired of you! Drop, retard. Robocock.
Holy crap, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Hypnocast. That's right, we're live, boys. That's right, we are live, we're live, we're live. We're going to dive down the rabbit hole that is known as the internet. But before we do that, boys, listen. Listen, you got to bring it in, man. It's been a while. It's been a while. Okay, can we bring it in? Can we bring it in? Let's bring it in, man. Come on, get close. Get close. Look at the chat. Somebody just say grab ass. Watch your booty holes. Watch your booty holes. Look at the chat. All right, protect your booty holes. Listen very closely. If you're watching on YouTube, like the stream. Let's go. Wake up. Wake up. If you're watching on Rumble, like the stream. Wake up. If you're watching on Twitter, like the post. And if you're watching anywhere else, you do this for fun. So like the stream, man. Figure it out. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Can I get a mic check, please, man? Mic check, titty check, balls check. What are we doing, man? What are we doing? Are we checking anything today? What has been going on? Listen, I've been gone for 2 days, okay? I've been gone for 2 days. I've been unbelievably busy. It has been wild. I got an amazing tan. I mean, we are just rocking with our cocks out right now. But what are we checking today, ladies and gentlemen? Tell me, man, what's been going on? What's been going on? Listen, I know what I'm going to be talking about today. Oh yeah. The news is getting pretty wild out there. It's getting pretty spicy, especially if you're talking about Subnautica, which is crazy because Subnautica was like that one game that I thought would release with little to no drama. Boy, was I wrong. What are we checking, man? What are we checking? Where the hell are you? I'm somewhere. We miss Hypnotic. Miss you guys too. What else are we checking, man? What are we checking? Nintendo getting sued check. What else is new? I dropped a video about that. Make sure you guys go check it out. Gayest gamer of the year check. Fair enough. I'll take that. Anime is superior check. Okay. Fair. Ice is checking for Hypno check. Good luck with that for sure. Still unsuper. Okay. All right, guys, listen, we need to have a serious conversation. Okay. Why do you guys allow old man CAD to be unsupervised? When did this start becoming a thing? When did it start becoming okay for old man CAD to be unsupervised? Like, you guys know that he cannot be unsupervised, right? Do we know that? Like, do we understand that? Who has allowed this man? I don't know. I don't get it. Because it's not your shift. Make it your shift. This man cannot be unsupervised. Please, for the love of God. What are we doing? Penis to penis check. Very nice. Very nice. What else? Not my fault check. All right. I mean, listen, it is what it is. It is what it is. He's an adult. Not like that. 5-1 odds. The stream craps out. Hey, come on. The last stream went perfectly fine. What are you talking about? Stop it. All right, guys, listen, our ESG scores are at their maximum, man. We are fully funded like this stream. Let's go. We are going to do the Bigot Army roll call. Let's see who is in this chat right now. Aside from former Kotaku urinalists, black samurais who did exist at one point but no longer do, and people that are desperately trying to stop us from getting 400 tier 1s in a row, but they're going to have to hate watch as we work our way towards the 400 tier 1 in a row. That is insane, bro. I didn't even realize until we went live that this was going to be 400. I had no idea, but it might. If we hit it, it might. All right, let's get into it, man. Who is in here right now? Let's see. We got Cyber Rider. What's up, Cyber Rider? We got Sonia Lisette. What's up, Sonia? We got Flip Shazam. We got 206 Zelda. We got Rye Guy 65. We got War Maniac 209. We got Colonel Rub. We got Faye, Radio Chimp, Lamingo Da. What's up, man? We got Valerian over on Rumble. We got Marius. We got D-Mag. We got Chaotic Holy. What's up, Chaotic Holy? We got Colonel Rub. We got Jeremiah Maxwell says, I'm nervous as fuck. Why are you nervous, man? Relax. Don't worry about it. Old man CAD is not going to hurt you. We got Matthew with the Hero Priest. We got Dark Obsidian saying, welcome back. Hey, thank you. I was actually going to stream yesterday, but man, I was fucking wasted. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm like, I just can't do it. I tapped out. I'm not going to lie to you. Greg Geiger says, do gods of death eat apples? Absolutely. We got Scooby Pup. What's up, Scooby Pup? How you doing? We got Old Man Cat, of course, still unsupervised. I don't understand why this is happening, but this is just what it is. We got Colonel Ruv, Kay the Gwinnett Queen, Genetic Spore. We got Nick Havoc, Romanizer 24. We got Blue Octopussy, the true Aztec warrior, the legend. We got Oliver Adam, Mr. Disaster 2000. The Voice in the Water, Melody Johnson again. We got Neon Cyborg. We got Aloe Smith, Craig Browning. We got Beautiful Zexa. What's up, man? We got Morius95. We got BioT Wolf 19, the legend. We got Secret Final Boss. We got Jay Sims. What's up, man? We got Skeg. We got the fucking legend Bud. What's up, Bud? How you doing? Hope you've been good, man. We got Lenny. What's up, Lenny? We got T-Jazz Art and Comics. We got, who else is here? Who else is here? Sonia keeps saying present, even though I called her out. So she might not have heard me. She might not have heard me, and then she would have went the whole night thinking I never called her out. We got the Devil Max. We got Mr. Melancholy. We got Valkyrie. We got D-Mag. We got Diz the Jizz for the Emperor. We got Randall the Vandal. We got Peaches and Cream. We got Reaper Knight. What's up, Reaper Knight? We got Matt Stanford. We got Zlosi. Light Ferret over on Rumble. Red Eye Dragoon. What's up, man? Good song. Good song. We got Adair Soto. We got Democulus on Rumble. We got Fabian Regalado. We got John D. We got Munch Crunch. This is a great name, by the way. Munch. We got Munch Crunch. Very nice. We got Hypnotic and Rapture over on Rumble. We got Angry Wolverine 2060. We got Felsta. All right, guys, 4 more people, and that's it. I'm calling out a lot of people today because, quite frankly, I wasn't here for the last 2 days. So I'm trying to call out as many people, but I can only call out 4 more people. So bear with me. Here we go. We got PS5 Gamer. What's up, man? We got Seabrew 1138. We got Robert Pennington. What's up? We got Son of Mr. Vengeance. We got Kasami 47 Crit. We got, who else is here? Anti-Federalist Pain over on Rumble. What's up, bro? We got, who else is here? Who else is here? 206 Zelda. We got 3A in the chat. A Genetic Spore over on Rumble. We got, let's see, Mrs. Vegeta. What's up, dude? We got Red Eye Dragoon again. We got, let's see, Angry Wolverine. We got, who else is here? The Fastest Hedgehog. We got, let's see, Dark Noir. What's up, man? How you doing? We got Refrigerator Sasquatch, of course, still here, he says. We got Sisaloco. What's up, dude? How you doing? We got Faye. How you doing, Faye? We got Jose over on Rumble. We got, let's see, who else is in here? Hanny. What's up, Hanny? Who else is in here, man? We got, let's see, Barry Dixon, but Akino should have won. Listen, man, that last waifu battle was insane, okay? It was insane. It didn't go the way that I thought it was going to go, to be honest with you. But it is what it is. What can I say? And last but not least, we got, of course, Pizza Cat Leap, XL Tomahawk, and Barrel Titter. All right, guys, an Enclave of America. What a great name to end on. All right, guys, listen, sacrifice your fellow Bigot Army member. Come on, guys, let's go. We got a lot we got to get into, and we got to get it done because I got to get ready to go back home, man, tomorrow. So let's get it done. Let's get our stream done. Let's get it going. Who are we sacrificing today? Let me see it. We got Colonel Rub saying to go down with the no Diddy, no Jaffe, to repent in the name of the Emperor. No mutants, no Xenos. Hail the Enclave and face the money shot. That's actually very descriptive. Which goes to the Gaming Wolf 87 saying to no Sony, no woke Nintendo, no Crunchyroll, no Uno Reverse, no Jaffe, no Alyssa. Full protection against snipe and return to sender. Shield protection mode on. ×4. You know, some of these things sound like every anime I've ever watched. When they just go, like, their moves are named the most ridiculously long thing ever. But in any case, whatever, ×4. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. We got Time-Bound Howler saying invulnerability frame activated. Return to sender and then to go up by the amount of alcohol bottles you drank when you got wasted yesterday, according to what you said. By wasted, I mean like tired wasted. I told you guys I don't drink. I don't drink at all. So that means I'm, you know what? I'm going to play your game. Okay. So if you want me to go down by the amount of bottles that I drank, that means I would go down by 0. Which means congratulations to Time-Bound Howler. You are the recipient of your own personal money shot, massively thick, massively huge, today.
What the?
Like the stream, boys. Listen, man. I'm just playing by your rules. You said to go down by however many bottles, and unfortunately it was 0, so it is what it is. All right, guys, listen, we got a lot we got to talk about today, okay? I gotta tell you, man, this story with Subnautica is so interesting. It's like every day something comes out, and it's crazy. It's crazy. And now we got Krafton responding, and it's pretty scathing. It's an interesting response that we have. Basically, they're blaming the people they fired. So we're gonna cover that. We have to cover that, right? That's gonna be one of the main stories today. We're also going to be talking about a major Nintendo piracy website that has officially been seized by the FBI. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the FBI, you want them to solve any kind of cases? Nope. You want them to solve the Epstein files? Absolutely not. But stopping piracy against Nintendo? Consider it done. So we're going to talk about that. And we're also going to talk about the ultimate game of the year. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the ultimate game of the year, the numero uno game of the year, the one that swept all the awards at the GAYme Awards. And by gaming, I mean GAY. Yes, we're going to be talking about Dragon Age the Veilguard, how apparently that particular video game has swept the gaming awards for pretty much every award that it was nominated in, because of course it did. So we're going to talk about that. And then we got some small topics here and there. We got some Anthem news. Apparently, they're trying to bring back the game. Good luck with that. We got Final Fantasy IX news. We talked about the remake the other day. Well, now fans are apparently giving up on the remake and going to play the original, which is exactly what they should be doing. We got a lot we got to talk about. But before we do any of that, we need to talk about the number one segment on YouTube, the number one segment on Rumble, the number one segment in the entire universe that has happened 399 times in a row. Today, if we get lucky and we hit tier 1, that will make 400 streams in a row. We are coming for Camelot Streak, ladies and gentlemen. And that is none other than the pre-stream legend.
Money, print money, cash, money, well, capitalism, raise a bunch of money, more money, heaps and heaps of money, print money, cash, money, well, capitalism, raise a bunch of money, super chat money.
As salty as the sea, calling us no-code names. SJW screaming, but it's money they blame. Burning with envy, they're falling flat. They can't handle the sound of a super chat.
That's right. That is right, ladies and gentlemen. We got ourselves the pre-stream legends. And we're going to start off with a banger. None other than BioT Wolf. 19 with a 5. What kind of shoes do white mages wear? Heels. Oh, my God. No. What do Moogles use when they go shopping? Coupons? Oh, God. Stop. Stop, man. On vacation, too, man. Oh, God damn it. Coupons? Seriously? God damn it. BioT Wolf 19, thank you for the 5. I appreciate it, man. We got Old Man Cad, the unsupervised Old Man Cad with a 10. How many programmers does it take to change a light bulb? None, because it's a hardware problem. Oh my God. Why did the boy get fired from his keyboard factory job? Because he was not doing enough shifts. Ugh. You know, I'm just going to keep it to myself. It's fine. And then Old Man Cad decides to gift 1 Hypnotic membership. Thank you, Old Man Cad. I appreciate it. But guys, we need to make sure we have maximum supervision on Old Man Cad. Please, for the love of God, please. Please make it happen. We got Skitsko Sweets with the 99-cent super sticker. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. We got Little Hypnotic with a 5. Hi, Dad. I missed you and hope you're enjoying your workation. Congrats on the 91K and shout out to Miss Sonia. She's the best. Thank you, Little Hypnotic, you little bastard. I appreciate it. We're actually at 91.2, though. 91,200 and rising little by little. So shout out to you. You know, I don't really get lucky when it comes to like videos in the algorithm exploding like crazy, or like white girls suing me, or you know, like a very, very popular streamer basically making my channel grow from 0 to 100,000 over the course of one evening. I don't really get that. So I'm grinding out to get to 100K the old-fashioned way, and I'm enjoying every second of it, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate it. We got Adair Soto gifting 1 Hypnotic membership. Thank you, Adair Soto. I appreciate that. And then we got Peaches and Cream with a 2, like the stream boys, fried chicken and watermelon. I appreciate that. But ever since you told me about the fried chicken thing, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. Secret Final Boss for 319. Okay, so actually, I got nothing. I respect that super chat. Thank you. We got War Maniac 209 with a 2 joined the chair called Hypno Chair for President. No, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. No matter how much you're trying to make the chair cult happen, it's not happening. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man. We got Raptor Kratos for 4 months of legendary status. Well. Look who decided to show up and stream. Welcome back. Bro, you're acting like I was gone for like 2 weeks, bro. you're acting like I was gone for 2 weeks, man. I was gone for 2 days. Relax. But I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, man. Thank you. We got Louis Messina with a 2 join the Save a Femboy to make War Maniac happy. Is that what Maniac likes? Does War Maniac like? Is that true? Does he like femboys? All right. I mean, hey, more power to him. Debu with a 5. Why couldn't the lifeguard save the hippie? He was too far out, man. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay. Debu's going on the list now. Okay. All right. We got it. Cyber Rider for 2 months. Missed you, Hypnotic. Bigot Army. Ooh, shout out to Cyber Rider. Thank you for supporting for 2 months of legendary status. That's amazing. Thank you. We got War Maniac for 2. Also, Hypno, you suck at video games. Well, apparently you suck, femboys. Hey, we got Dragon Master. With a 10, just get back from Superman. It was funny and heartwarming. Pacing issues, yes, and the dog was annoying, but overall, 8 out of 10. Nice. Good one. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm not going to watch it, but I hope you, whoever watches it, enjoys it. That's basically it. And then we got, speaking of legendary, we got Bud. Bud just dropped on the entire chat a 20 membership ultra banger, getting us closer and closer to that legendary 400th tier 1 in a row. Thank you, Bud. You absolute legend. I appreciate it. Man, 20 memberships. That goes a long way. If you guys win any membership today, please make sure that you thank whoever gifted you the membership. We got Psycho with 199. What's a black person favorites berries? R.O. berries. Roll berries. Oh, man. St. Hugo with a 4. 4 the 400 streak. We're getting there. Little by little, we're getting there, St. Hugo. Thank you, man. We got Alice Smith for 12 months of legendary status. Good to see you. Good to see you too, Alice. Thank you. We got Toxin 189. Why did Vivi cross the road? Dunno. Because Vivi died. Really, Toxin? Really? War Maniac for a 5. Why is 69 afraid of 70? Because they once had a fight and 71. This is painful. I'm not going to lie to you. We got Biolty Wolf with a 5. I like to tell you guys a Final Fantasy VII joke, but never mind. You wouldn't be able to bear it. Guys, what are we doing? What are we doing? Don't get me wrong. I want to get to 400 tier 1s in a row, but this is a very painful way to get there. I'm just saying this is a little bit of a painful way to get there. So what are we doing? War Maniac with a 5. Lewis is having a case of projection worse than a Cinemax. Okay. All right. We got Beautiful Zexa with a 2. The 2 days felt like 2 weeks to me. We miss you. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I don't really think anybody will miss me when I don't stream, which is hilarious, by the way. So seeing you guys say, "Oh, we miss you" after just 2 days is like, damn, man, that's awesome. Makes me feel the good stuff. I appreciate it. We got Ray Graybeard for 2 months. Says Hail and Skull. What's up, Ray? How you doing, man? We got Old Man Cad unsupervised for a 5. What is another name for apple juice? iPhone chargers? Okay, stop it. Stop it. Somebody, guys, listen. Somebody please supervise Old Man Cad. Please. Somebody supervise Old Man Cad. Because this man just dropped one of the worst I've ever heard. Please supervise him. Somebody. I will hire someone to supervise him tonight. Let him know. Let him loose? No. Absolutely not. We got Old Man Cat with a 2. Why don't programmers like nature? Too many bugs. Oh my God. Somebody supervise this man. We got Tifa Lockhart, the last one on YouTube for $4.99. My niece wants a Star Wars toy for her birthday, so I got her a Toyota. Hope you had a great 4th of July, everyone, except you, Levistro. Damn. Wow. We're just calling people out now. That's insane. All right, listen. Let's check on Rumble, man. Is Rumble awake? I don't know. Let's see. Is Rumble awake, and are they going to challenge YouTube today? Let's see. All right, we got a strong start. We got Anti-Federalist Pain gifting 1 Hypnotic membership over on Rumble. Thank you so much, brother. We got Cookie Kaiju with a 5 saying reasons. That's fair. We got Anti-Federalist Pain with a 5. The video game industry has connected their septic discharge directly to an industrial turbine. And now we watching wonders as they are sprayed by their own shit. That is really graphic. It's actually really detailed. That's pretty clever. Shout out to you. And then he gifted another Hypnotic membership. Thank you for that. And then Toasty, the legend, rated me on Rumble. Shout out to Toasty for rating us on Rumble. Everybody say hi to Toasty with the Mosty. Make sure to check out her channel if you haven't seen it yet. We got a Dare Soto gifting $1. He says, "Hey, Hypnotic, why is it bad to iron a 4-leaf clover? Because you should never press your luck." Oh, boy. And then we got Anti-Federalist Pain gifting 5 Hypnotic membership.
My hands are shaking, but I'm still shooting. I'm still getting the headshots. It's like boom, headshot, boom, headshot, boom, headshot.
Shout out to Anti-Federalist Pain. Thank you so much, man. And then a Dare Soto for $1. Okay, here's another one. What's the Easter Bunny's favorite music genre? Hip hop. And then he does it again. My girlfriend dumped me, so I stole her wheelchair. Guess who came crawling back? And we are caught up on Rumble. Thank God. These guys are... What the fuck are we doing? What are we doing today with the jokes? What are we doing? JP Direwolf with a 5. What do you call the end pieces of a loaf of bread? The hose. Everyone touches them, but no one wants them. That's actually pretty accurate. That's a nice one. Louis Messina gifts 1 Hypnotic membership right at the end. Thank you, Louis Messina. I appreciate you. All right, guys, listen. We are fully caught up everywhere. Thank you so much for the insane support. Seriously. We are slowly but surely working our way to the 400th tier 1 of, like, in a row. That's insane. I don't even know where we're at with tier 2. I think it's like 85 or something like that. But again, thank you guys so much. It's just been a wild ride. Everything will be going back to normal in a couple of days. We'll go back to doing our gaming streams. I'm not going to be, unfortunately, I haven't been able to do gaming streams because I don't have the internet that's capable to actually give you a consistent viewing experience with gaming. So the commentary stuff is able to be handled, but gaming can't. Sadly, I really want to play Death Stranding right now, but I can't. It is what it is. But we'll be going back to normal within a day or two, so don't worry about it. Deadeye's Lock for $1. It says, irony how Ironheart with a female-led pro tag in Black Girl Magic got flatlined after season 1. CW Naomi was also the same. Ironheart is so successful, but it can't even beat Naomi in ratings. Yeah, it's the most amazing thing according to Hollywood, right? And they had to use Robert Downey Jr. as like some sort of validation for her as well. Like they had them do this like weird interview And then he's like, "Oh, I love Ironheart. I love all these scenes that were handpicked for me to talk about that I totally watched. I promise." It was so ridiculous. Anyway, all right, guys, let's get into the content, man. You guys ready for this shit? I'm ready. I'm ready. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. I am ready. All right, we're gonna start off with some fast topics right now. We're gonna start off first off with this one about Final Fantasy IX, which I feel like is pretty important just because we just finished talking about this not even a couple of days ago. Hold on. We just finished talking about this not even a couple of days ago. So I just find it ironic and hilarious to be talking about it now. But apparently Final Fantasy IX fans, according to the GAYmer, appeared to have given up on waiting for a remake as they flock back to the original. Now, my only question is, who the fuck was waiting for a remake? I don't know of anybody, any Final Fantasy IX fan. I don't know of anybody that was sitting there waiting for a remake. I'm sure it's probably somebody on Reddit. That's what the GAYmer usually sources for their information. But I don't know of anybody that was waiting for an actual remake of Final Fantasy IX, because every time we talked about the Final Fantasy IX remake, everybody was usually saying, don't make it, right? There was a couple of people that would say, you know, they would be interested in checking it out if it existed. But most people were like, yeah, I don't really care. So I don't know what they're sourcing, but we're going to find out. Final Fantasy IX fans were geared up for the big remake announcement this week to celebrate the game's 25th anniversary. Instead, it's now looking more likely than ever that the game might not actually exist after all. So to help ease the pain, a lot of you just have been going back to the original and playing that instead, which, by the way, that's what you should be doing. Okay? That's what I tell people all the time. If you want to experience any of the original Final Fantasies on PlayStation, you should go back and play the originals. Don't play the remakes, because to be honest with you, you'll just have a better time. You'll have a better experience. You'll get a better story. You will get a more fulfilling experience overall, and you'll get a complete experience from beginning to end. You don't have to wait 9 years to experience one singular story arc because they want to sell it to you in 3 different games. You know, yes, they're all on sale. The Steam summer sale ended. I know, RIP, very sad, very sad. You know, I was making badges for my Steam profile, and I started realizing that I wasn't getting Steam summer sale badges anymore. And I was like, why not? And then I looked down at the date, and it said today was the 10th, and I was like, fuck, the Steam sale's over. So I got a little sad, but that's besides the point. They do have the Final Fantasy games on sale right now, the original Final Fantasies, even after the Steam sale. So you should definitely check them out and play the originals if you haven't already. That's if Final Fantasy's recent Steam numbers are anything to go by. The beauty of living in a time when backwards compatibility has finally become the norm is that if there's a game you love from your past, there's a better chance than ever before that there's a legitimate way to play it. If that game is Final Fantasy IX, you can play it on Steam, and a fair few of you have been. Let's see what the Steam numbers are actually looking like. I'm curious. Let's see. Let's go to SteamDB. I'm going to bring up SteamDB. Final Fantasy IX. Let's see what it's looking like right now. So, according to this, we got, oh, that's not bad. Considering how old the fucking game is, it's not bad at all. So, we have an all-time peak 9.3 years ago of 8,229 with a 24-hour peak of 1,218 with 1,003 people playing Final Fantasy IX right now. Guys, look at that bar going way up. There is 1,003 people playing Final Fantasy IX right now. That is insane to me. That's insane to me. Because considering how old this game is, that's fucking wild. So, great job to Final Fantasy IX. I don't know if this has to do necessarily with the fact that people were hyped for a remake. I just think that this has to do with the fact that people bought the game for like $7 right now. I'm pretty sure what's the game on sale for right now? Let's look. Price history. The game's on sale at 70% off at $6.29 right now. $6.29. So I mean that's under $7. You know how much content you're getting for under $7 with this game? It's fucking crazy. So I feel like that's really the reason why the game spiked up recently. Obviously the Steam summer sale and the fact that the sale is still going after the Steam summer sale. For an old game, I think this is amazing numbers. So, shout out to Final Fantasy IX. Great job on that. But you know who is not doing well? Do you know who's not doing well? Anthem. In case you guys were not aware, Anthem is not doing well. Apparently, so here's the thing. So if you guys are not aware, Anthem, they recently announced that they're going to be shutting the service down completely. I didn't even realize that the Anthem servers were even still up. I thought that the Anthem servers had came down ages ago, but I guess not. I guess not. So apparently the servers were still up, and the servers have officially announced to be shutting off, right? So in typical gamer fashion, people only want to try to save the game after the game is about to die. Nobody wants to try to save the game before the game dies, right? This is something we experience all the time. They also do it with TV shows, by the way, right? Nobody was petitioning for the Acolyte to be any better or be saved or anything like that while the show was, live, because everybody was ignoring the show. All the shills, they were quote tweeting on Twitter, and they were talking about how amazing the show is for diversity and how we needed to exist and blah, blah, blah. They didn't watch it, right? They didn't watch it. Same thing with this. They didn't play the game. People who are going crazy right now trying to petition to save Anthem, they're not playing Anthem. Some of them are. Most of them aren't, right? But it says that stop being delusional already. Forget an offline mode. All 600 Anthem players are now petitioning to save the game. Guys, this signature has 600. This petition has 600 signatures, man. 600 signatures for Anthem. Last week, it was announced that Anthem is being taken offline. I think that if you are playing Anthem, or if I'm going to say it like this, because I think this is the most fair way to say this. If you are still playing Anthem to this day, and you're out here trying to petition for the game to be saved, I think that you should be extremely fucking thankful and just look to the stars and thank whatever God you believe in that you even had this much time with Anthem. Because to be honest with you, I'm fucking shocked that this game has lasted as long as it did. I honestly could not believe it. So you should be counting your lucky stars that you even got to experience half of what you got to experience with Anthem, because the game should have been dead a long time ago. A long time ago. But anyway, let's read about it and let's see what's going on here. So last week it was announced that Anthem is being taken offline, which we know already, rendering the infamous BioWare game completely unplayable. Fans have been calling on EA to at least add a solo mode, which I think they should. I think they should have an offline mode with the option for a peer-to-peer servers, preserving the misguided slice of gaming history. But those cries have so far fallen on deaf ears. As such, some fans have changed their approach. Take You King something, I guess, who is this? Who created a change.org petition to save Anthem, racking up a total of 642 signatures so far. 642 signatures so far, ladies and gentlemen. What an absolute joke. It's very clear that most people are not going to advocate for trying to save this particular game. And again, I'm all for them adding a single player offline mode. I think that's okay, right? I think you should do that. You should be able to preserve the game that somebody paid for. And I think Anthem would not be that hard to do that, to be honest with you. But this particular game, they're just not going to care. EA has been so desperate to want to pretend like this didn't happen. They want everybody to forget about Anthem and move on. BioWare as well. So let's continue. It says it's an ambitious idea, but as many commenters were quick to point out, petitions like this never amount to much, and it's unlikely to get many signatures given how few people are left playing Anthem, let alone are big enough fans of it. Even in its year of release, 2019, it was outpaced by the 3-year-old Battlefield 1. There is no saving Anthem. To put it bluntly, guys, stop being delusional already. Just move on. They added. So, again, guys, I think at this point, it's safe to say that if anybody's looking for Anthem to be saved, you're probably looking in the wrong place. You should probably just move on to another live service shooter or something like that. Like, just move on, man. Anthem is not coming back. Anthem is not going to be saved. Just be happy you even got a little bit of time with the game, because I'm really shocked that this shit was online for as long as it was. I'm just being fair. But they should add an offline mode. They absolutely should, because I'm not a fan of them taking people's money at all. But the game is dead. The game's been dead for the longest time. Like, what are we seriously here still talking about Anthem? I don't understand. I don't get it. But listen, everybody's gonna have their thoughts on it. You guys can let me know in the comments what you're thinking. Let's move on. Fucking Anthem. Yeah, I would say that's accurate, man. The flying was cool. The flying was definitely cool. I thought it was pretty interesting. The environments also looked pretty interesting. But aside from that, man, the game was fucking boring. The game was boring and the game was empty. Right? It was like when you played Anthem and you looked around, it was so empty. And it's just the repeat bullshit over and over. I don't know. I feel like this game was just really, really underwhelming. It lasted 6 years. I don't know how the fuck this game lasted 6 years. I don't know. I don't know how this game lasted 6 years. I really don't, because the game died. Okay, so let's think back. The game died in how long of a time? A few months, right? After the game got released, how long did it take for Anthem to fully die? It was probably a few months, if I remember correctly. Once people found out that the content, first off, it was a fucked up game and the content wasn't coming as fast as they said it was going to, the game died pretty quickly. So the fact that it lasted 5 years after that is insane. That is true. Zero is absolutely correct. It did at least last longer than Concord, so we can give Anthem at least that accolade, right? I feel like any game that lasts longer than 10 days should automatically get an accolade attached to it, talking about how it lasted longer than Concord. I feel like that is a like, it's looking at the glass half full. Let's talk about that. It's looking at the glass half full, basically. You lasted longer than Concord. Congratulations. It's the only game people got the feeling for being Iron Man. That right there is laughable. Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm sure that they're going to try with this. Don't forget, they're coming out, not BioWare, but they're coming out with an Iron Man game. And I'm sure they're going to be looking at Anthem's flight mechanics as a means to try to copy them. So I guess we'll see. I think that Iron Man game, once it comes out, I think it's going to be pretty popular. I think people really want to be playing as Iron Man. But I guess we'll see how they end up doing it, because I'm not really sure. You never know these days. Temu Iron Man. Yep, that sounds about right. The Concord Award. It launched a buggy mess and there was nothing to do in the game. Exactly. Well, that's what I'm saying. The game launched terribly. And then players, once they got to whatever end game, they realized there was no end game, that there wasn't anything to do. And then the roadmap for the content was just taking too long to come out. So the game fucking completely died after that. So I'm not surprised. All right. Like the stream, guys. Let's get into the next one. Any super chats to catch up before we do? Let's see. We got Dragon with the Yin Yin Yin. Go to the original Final Fantasy 9. Did I not do that? Did I not go to the original Final Fantasy 9? I thought I did. I did go to the original Final Fantasy 9. We got Dragon Master with a 5. I'll think about Stranger to Paradise, made by Team Ninja. Still a Final Fantasy. What do you think? Some people like it. Most disliked it. So, fun fact. I actually liked Strangers of Paradise. But I liked it not as a Final Fantasy game necessarily, but I did like it. I thought it was interesting. I thought it was something different. And I like the fact that they kept the job system, right? Like they kept a lot of things that were inherently Final Fantasy about it. And I feel like it really was an interesting take on the Final Fantasy series. It had not a Souls-like combat system, but it had like a hack and slash kind of combat system. But I played a monk, pugilist. I always play monk whenever I have an opportunity to. And it was definitely a lot of fun, for sure. The boss fights were a lot of fun as well. But the game got very repetitive. They had that pretty typical, mission selector, do multiple levels that all look the same after a while kind of content. But it was okay. It was a little bit above okay, in my opinion. But it's definitely not a Final Fantasy game. So, but it was worth it for me. I got it really cheap. David Elias, forward to BioWare signed that petition. No one wants this. I don't even think they have that many employees left, bro. Damaj and I would have too. Anthem was one of the reasons Mass Effect Andromeda sucked. You know what's funny? the Mass Effect people, they would say the same thing about Anthem or the same thing about anything else, right? They'll be like, oh, our resources are getting taken away because of XYZ, which I think they did. I think they did claim that all the resources went to Anthem when it was supposed to go to Dragon Age and Mass Effect, but it didn't. It went to Anthem. They blamed Anthem for a lot of problems. Kyle B for a 5. I got into the Vault Breakers play test and got 3 friends invites for it. So keep an eye out in your email. You might get an invite to test the game. You're welcome. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Thank you for the 5. We got on Rumble really quick. Hold on. Let me scroll up on Rumble. We got Anti-Federals paying with $1. Gamers then. Yeah, remake. This is going to be awesome. Gamers today. Remake. You assholes, stay the fuck away from it. Isn't that sad? Like, we have no faith in these studios that the idea of a remake now is not exciting anymore. It actually is kind of insulting. It's kind of crazy. Anti-Federals paying with $1. Don't forget, they updated it to allow more legendary drops, the lack of which was a huge complaint. They nerfed them even harder than they had been before. That's why I quit playing. That's true. Bro, I quit fucking Anthem so fast, bro. I was like, what is this shit? Why am I playing this shit? This is absolute garbage. I fucking quit that. I'm trying to think back. It's been a while. I'm trying to think back. How long did I last in Anthem? It could not have been longer than a month. It just couldn't have been. I'm trying to think exactly how long, but I can't remember, to be honest with you. Studio Bims with a 10. Hail Hypnotic, are you getting married? I heard over on Cassie stream. Hail Rumble, hail chat. We got some great people in the chat. No. Everybody keeps saying that I'm marrying Vera Dark. That is a lie. That is an absolute lie. I'm not marrying Vera Dark at all. But I appreciate the lore, though. Thank you, Studio Mims, for the 10. I appreciate it. And then we got Little Jim's Halo for 2 thoughts on the Expanse game coming out. I don't really have too many thoughts on it, to be honest. Little Jim, I don't really have like too much. I got to look into it more, I suppose. But no thoughts on it right now at this time. All right, let's go. Let's see. It's fake news. Absolutely fake news. Absolutely. Trump says we don't want a Final Fantasy IX remake. We need a Dino Crisis. I agree, dude. I want a Dino Crisis remake so bad. But the problem is I just know they're not going to do it right. That's the problem, bro. So I'm not even going to bother. Right. And then I saw the other game. There was another game that was being called the spiritual successor to Dino Crisis. And then come to find out that developer does nothing but like acid flips and AI like swap nonsense. Like basically they release trash as quickly as possible and try to market it in a way that make it seem like it's not that. So that sucks because I almost fell for it. And then people warned me about it. All right. It's time to get into the first main topic of the evening, boys. Are we ready for this? This is huge, man. This is huge. You know what? We're gonna start off with the fun one. They're all fun, but we're gonna start off with the fun one. We're gonna start off with the ultimate gay story. Oh man, dude. When I saw this, you know what's crazy? I saw this about an hour and a half before going live. And I was like, damn, I didn't even realize that the Gaming Awards was today. I didn't even know that. Like, I didn't even realize. Because I'm not paying attention to this stupid shit. But apparently it is. And I was like, dude, we got to talk about this. Like, there's no way we're not talking about this, right? Like, you guys understand that. There's no way. So we got to talk about it. All right, you guys ready for this? So if you guys are not aware, Dragon Age the Veilguard has apparently become a big winner, a massive winner, right? The game that completely died off of the face of the earth. The game that Jason Schreier said, get woke, go to the top of the charts, even though he meant to say get woke, go to the bottom of the ditch. Well, apparently, Dragon Age the Veilguard has won big at the world's biggest gaming awards ever. And by gaming, I mean GAY. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the 2025 Gaming Awards has officially gone down. And apparently, Dragon Age the Veilguard was a sweeping win. This game won Game of the Year at the 2025 Gaming Awards. And trust me, it was totally legit. It's not all planned that Dragon Age the Veilguard, the game that made it all about identity politics, suddenly wins Game of the Year at the Gaming Awards, but you know, it is what it is. So the Gaming Awards celebrate the accomplishments of LGBTQ video games and gamers. You know what's crazy? Accomplishments and LGBTQ video games and gamers is almost an oxymoron. But anyway, that's besides the point. Popular RPG video game. Wow. We're starting off strong with this one. Dragon Age: The Veilguard won big at the Gaming Awards on July 8th of 2025. The show, which is available to stream on WoW Present Plus, was running by Gaming Magazine and celebrates the accomplishments of LGBTQ video games and gamers. You know what's amazing to me? So these are the same people that will spend their entire time trying to convince every single one of you that they are oppressed. They want to convince every single one of you that they don't have a lot of opportunities in this ultra white space known as the gaming industry. They try to convince every single one of you that they get nothing but hate. And this is the reason why they need DEI hiring practices, because otherwise they would never get on any opportunities. And then these are also the same people who have their own award show. Are you kidding me? Right? This is the problem. This is why when people look at them and they scream, I'm oppressed, you guys just hate us, you guys are oppressing us, and meanwhile you have your own fucking award show. At what point do we start to sit here and say, okay, maybe you're not exactly oppressed? Maybe you're not exactly, being hated on, or what's going on here? Anyway, Dragon Age: The Veilguard is a video game created, if you want to call it that, created by BioWare and published by Electronic Arts. The game is the 4th installment in the Dragon Age franchise and has been lauded for being LGBTQ inclusive. Yes, it's been lauded, all right. The game follows protagonist Rook, whose gender identity and sexuality are customizable, as they team up with other characters to stop Solas, an antagonist who wants to destroy the Veil, the only thing preventing dangerous creatures from penetrating their world. Well, you got to be careful, because if you play the game a certain way, it's not just the creatures that are going to be penetrating anything. You got to be very, very careful. Hosted by a drag queen, because of course the Gaming Awards was hosted by a drag queen, and content creator Dier or whatever, and content creator Milde Confetti. Bro, what is with these names? The Gaming Award took place on Tuesday, July 8th at the Abbey in West Hollywood, where Dragon Age: The Veilguard took home not 1, not 2, but 3 special awards. The first award of the night for Dragon Age was the best LGBTQ character, which went to the game's customizable protagonist, Rook. Bro, how is that even possible? Right? It's a creative character. How is a creative character winning the best character in a video game? How is that possible? How is that? There is no set story for Rook. How? Oh my God. Anyway, Gary McKay, the BioWare general manager and Dragon Age: The Veilguard executive producer, said the following: "This is truly an honor, as this award feels deeply meaningful to us as a team." Again, I don't understand how a customizable character managed to beat every other non-customizable character in the other supposed LGBTQ games. That is telling me that those characters are so boring, those characters are so bad, that it takes a character that doesn't have a predetermined story necessarily in order to take home the best gay character award for this particular, this particular award show. This thing is completely and utterly rigged. It's so obvious at this point. You can clearly see it from a mile away, but we're going to pretend like it's not. Just for the comedy's sake, we're going to pretend like it's not. He says, "I want to thank our talented, dedicated writers." Oh, really talented. So talented. They're all out of a job. But, hey, who's keeping track, right? Dedicated writers, all of the programmers, designers, and artists. You know how this should be read? "I want to thank our fired, all of the fired, and fired who made our character creator possible, and the 4 fabulous fired who brought Rook to life, and everyone who championed our inclusive approach. This award is a testament to your perseverance, talent, and passion at being fired." And then it says the second award was not directly for Dragon Age: The Veilguard, but rather for the voice actor. Oh, of course she did. Of course she did, right? Of course, Erika Ishii, the one who is currently being talked about because of Ghosts of Yote. Erika Ishii is the one who took home an award for the voice acting of Rook. After winning the LGBTQ Voice Actor of the Year award, Ishii took the time to acknowledge the situation that the queer community currently faces. Again, whatever she's about to say, let me not read it yet. Whatever she's about to say, I want you guys to realize that she is about to say this on an award show that is dedicated to LGBTQ people. So whatever oppression speech that she's about to say, she is winning an award that is specifically happening on a stage for LGBTQ people. I want to make that very clear. Let's go. Let's see what she says. She says, I would be remiss not to acknowledge that these times are frightening. Our community's rights are under threat, Ishii said. But nights like this are important because they remind us what we are fighting for. They remind us that we are not alone, that we can gather to openly celebrate queer joy, and that these stories are just human stories, and that everyone deserves to experience them. Again, guys, so thank you so much for this award, and thank you for letting us all be proud together. And then, of course, yeah, at the end, trans lives are human lives. What the fuck does trans people have to do with it? Oh my god, bro, this is so annoying. I don't even know where to begin. Listen, you are saying all of this nonsense. You're talking about your rights being taken away when you are literally on a fucking stage dedicated to LGBTQ people's validation for hours on end for the entire evening. You are being given awards for simply being gay while doing your job. That is it. That is literally it. You don't even have to compete against anyone else. You only have to compete against other gay people. That immediately makes the pool that you're competing against a lot smaller, and you're sitting here like, I'm oppressed, our rights to be, shut the fuck up. What are we talking about here? How is this even, I don't even know. Let's continue. The final award for Dragon Age: The Veilguard won was the Exciting Game of the Year award. Gary McKay took the stage again, saying thank you so much to our fans and everyone at Gaming Magazine, and most importantly, the entire team behind Dragon Age: The Veilguard, who, by the way, all fired for the most part. We couldn't have accomplished this without each and every fired person who contributed to this failed project. The game reflects the passion, creativity, and unique perspectives of every fired person involved, and I'm extremely proud of our failed work. I'm honored to share this flaming award with you all, but you can't because you're all fired. Plenty of other LGBTQ video games related content and gamers got their recognition at the award show, including season 2 of Arcane League of Legends for the LGBTQ Geek Entertainment of the Year award, and The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered for the Gaming Magazine Readers Award. Why is The Last of Us Part 2 still winning awards is beyond me. This game is super old. I don't understand how you are still winning awards now to this day, bro. Can you guys let it go? Can the LGBTQ activist community sincerely just let The Last of Us 2 go? Like, you guys are reliving that spotlight. I don't know how many times now at this point, but you constantly bring it up like, oh yeah, we have The Last of Us Part 2. We have that. Yeah. We have Abby, the girl who got railed by a, real life rendition of Neil Cuckman. Yeah, we have Abby. Yeah, what do you have? What do you have, Chud? Right? It's like, give it up at this point. So I wanted to bring this story to you guys because I thought it was hilarious, man. I really did. I thought this was honestly one of the funniest things that I've seen in a long time. I don't even want to click this video, to be honest. I'm not even going to bother clicking this video and giving them another view because that's what they want. So congratulations, Dragon Age: The Veilguard. You got completely dubbed and ignored in the original Game Awards. You got pretty much ignored in almost all the other Game Awards. But then, of course, when it gets to the gaming awards, suddenly you're trying to sweep all the awards. Gee, I wonder why that is. I wonder how that happens. I wonder what is it that the gaming award sees in this particular game that no other award show has managed to see. I can only imagine. So you guys can let me know in the comments down below. What do you think about this nonsense? Do you think that they absolutely deserved every single award that they got? Or do you think it's obviously rigged? Because obviously it's rigged. You can let me know in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. And if you enjoyed it, consider hitting that sub button. And I will see you guys on the next one. Bro, this thing is... Maybe I will click that video. Should I click that video? Should I click that video? I'm gonna click that video. Fuck it. Why not? Click the video. I don't want to put it in the video because fuck them. Let's see.
TQ Plus Character Award.
The winner of the best.
Oh.
Holy shit.
Whoa. Okay. All right.
LGBTQ plus character award is Rook from Dragon Age the Veilguard, BioWare EA.
Hi everyone, I'm Gary McKay, BioWare Studio GM and executive producer of Dragon Age the Veilguard.
More like Gary McGay. All right, come on. Come on. I'm allowed to have one. Leave me the fuck alone. Come on.
This is truly an honor, as this award feels deeply meaningful to us as a team.
I'm sure
I want
it
to thank
does.
our talented, dedicated writers, all of the programmers, designers, and artists who made our character creator possible, and the 4 fabulous voice actors who brought Rook to life, and everyone who championed our inclusive approach. This award is...
But Rook is not even... Man, Rook is a character that you design yourself. There is no identity to Rook, right? So hold on. I have a question. Okay. So my question is, this is the gaming awards, right? This is all about being gay. This is all about being like LGBTQ, whatever fucking acronym, right? And you made Rook the best LGBTQ character, right? But what if I made a Rook that wasn't gay? What if I made a straight Rook? Is my Rook involved in your, award? Is my straight Rook involved in your award? This is why it doesn't make any fucking sense. None of this makes any sense. Because you guys are all about LGBTQ, whatever, and you chose a character that is a customizable character depending on who's playing the character. So most people played a straight Rook. So why would you put Rook as the #1 gay LGBT? Am I crazy? Even straight Rook is gay? You know what? Fair. In that game, fair, because you can't. There's no sliders. You can't do anything. Fair. That's fine. That's fine. I'm gonna let you rock with that. That's fine. You can't believe McDuggins didn't win, bro. McDuggins should have swept the show. McDuggins should have swept the show easily. No doubt about it. It's unbelievable. None of this shit makes any sense.
Is a testament to your perseverance, talent, and passion. Thank you.
Look at the logo for the gaming awards. It's literally just the word gaming with rainbow. And all of it's in... Anyway. Whatever. Moving on. We're moving on. Ready to catch up on Super Chats? I can't. This story... I didn't even read it before. I just kind of saw the headline. I was like, oh, we got to talk about this. And it was as good as I thought it was going to be. It's exactly as good as I thought it was going to be. But hey, we got more. We got the Subnautica news we got to talk about. That's huge. And we got Nintendo shutting down one of the biggest piracy websites. We got a lot we got to talk about. Hold on. Let me check Rumble really quick. We're going to start with Rumble. Let's see. Let me go after Snooty Mims Super Chat. We got Anti-Federals paying with $1. You will have a gay Rook. And yes, their Rook is inside of yours. That's kind of their whole thing. You know what? I can't even argue with your logic. I can't even argue with your logic. You're good. Studio Mims with a 5. I just heard on Comics Dad channel stream that Disney bought rights to Power Rangers and they will reboot the series. Gross. Adam Juman, you and all the mods on Rumble work hard. Shout out to Adam Juman. Disney buying the rights to Power Rangers. Well, you can pretty much kiss that shit goodbye. I mean, to be fair, Power Rangers was already kind of dead as it is, but it has a hardcore cult following. Yeah, RIP Power Rangers, if that's the case. Yeah, but it's already pretty much dead. Like, Disney is just going to guarantee it stays dead. That's all. They figure, hell, we could buy it for cheap, so why not? Why not, right? Deadeye's locked for $1. The black lady presenting is about as fake and fatigued as Sade Perkins and Jasmine Crockett. Nice. Yeah, she was an interesting creature. We got Cyber Rider for a $4.99. Dragon Age the Veilguard was so bad, I quit 3 hours in, wasted my time. Yep, I reviewed the whole thing just like I do every other game. And we turned it into one of the best memes on the internet that certain people online, they still talk about it till this day. That's how legendary McDuggins was. McDuggins was so legendary that they still complain about him till this day. It's crazy. We got Raptor Kratos with a 5. Fuck Dragon Age the Veilguard and fuck this bitch ass award show. And that whole dev team for fucking up one of my favorite games. All I have is God of War 4 now. Fair enough. Yeah, they really don't give a shit, to be honest with you. They spent their entire time ensuring that the game was anything but what you would expect from it. And once the name change dropped, you know, it's funny. We saw the name change drop, and that's when things were like, huh, you know, eyebrows started to raise when it went from Dragon Age to Dreadwolf to Dragon Age to Veilguard. Everybody was like, okay. And then when they dropped the name change, they also dropped the first semi-trailer, and it showed all the weird character designs, the Fortnite-looking characters, and everybody's like, okay, this is a little weird. David Elias with a 2. Anzalosi, McDuckins 1. McDuckins is an icon. I would agree with that. Flip Shazam with a 2. Smash 18 not winning a gaming award. No, he runs the whole show. You didn't know that? Smash JT runs the entire gaming award show. That's why he's not winning an award, because he is the show. He's running the show. You got to remember that. All right, we're fully caught up everywhere, guys. Thank you so much. I don't know how far we are from tier 1. I think TJAP said before, but it got lost in the sauce. TJAP, if you'll let me know how far we are from the magic 400 tier 1s in a row, let me know. I would greatly appreciate it. Okay, we're gonna cover this, man. This is a crazy story. I'm trying so hard to keep up with this story. I really am. I released a video about it today, talking about the latest update that I had. And then after that, a couple of hours later, as I was running around for the day, I checked my phone and I see this drop. And I'm like, holy shit. Oh, we're $10 away from tier 1. Guys, we're $10 away from the magic 400 tier 1 in a row. That's crazy. 993 to be exact. Thank you, TJ. I saw this story drop, and this shit is insane. So before I start, let me just catch everybody up. So the last update that we had was that there was a $250 some odd million bonus that was going to be given to the developers of Subnautica 2 if they hit certain objectives after release in 2025. And the original leadership for the game said that the game was ready for release, early access release. And they kept saying that. Then eventually they get fired. Nobody knows why until now. Eventually they get fired. And now we're here where it's like everybody's taking the blame for this shit, right? So Krafton was being accused of purposefully delaying the game to 2026 because they don't want to pay $250 million. Now Krafton has officially responded, and apparently it's scathing. Apparently it is scathing. So we're going to check it out. Oh my God, you guys, all at the same time. 10. What the fuck just happened? Zalosi dropped the first 10 banger and says, bam. That officially got us to tier 1. But before I celebrate, hold on, let me read the others. We got Cyberwriter. 999 saying saving tier 1. Shout out to Cyberwriter. Thank you so much. Thank you, Zalosi, as well. Colonel Ruv threw in a 10. He's like, there, tier 1. I like how everybody's so excited. They're not. They're just like, here, shut the fuck up already. Take it. And then we got Old Man Cad with a 10. Here. Look at another one. Here. There. Here. There. Everywhere. Why did the computer catch a cold? It had too many windows open. All right. I don't deserve that. And then Scrap Gamer with a 10. Wham, bam. Thank you, man. Guys, all we needed was 10. We just got like 5 10s in a row. That's insane. Ladies and gentlemen, we have officially crossed one of the most legendary streak numbers on YouTube. That is a fact. Even through all the bullshit that we have experienced, even through all of the nonsense between the suppression, the bans, the fucking community strikes, the copyright strikes with the Ubisoft shit, all the stuff, all the fucking nonsense, bro. All the nonsense that takes, running a channel every single fucking day, 7 days a week. All the bullshit. Well, we have officially passed 400 tier 1s in a row. That is 400 fuck yous to every single one of them. Insane, man. Thank you guys so much. Seriously, you guys are just insane. I don't know what else to say other than that, man. Fucking legendary, absolutely legendary. I appreciate it a lot. I really do. I really do. Except for Old Man Cat.
Stop it. Get some help.
When he's unsupervised, it's a little bit sus. I'm just kidding. I love Old Man Cat, man. Shout out to Old Man Cat, the fucking legend as well. look at this guy, middle fingers everywhere. I appreciate you, man. Thank you guys so much. Thank you. All right, listen. Are we caught up? Yeah, we're caught up. Okay, so let's. Never mind. No, we're not. Louis Facita with a 10 towards tier 2. Let's go. All right, now we're going to tier 2. What do we have for tier 2? 85 in a row? I don't know. I forgot, bro. I'm all over the place right now. 85 in a row, something like that. We're getting closer and closer to tier 2, man. Don't worry about it, Gaming Wolf. You can watch for free, my brother. That everybody chips in and they hold it down. Don't worry about it, man. You got plans? See the plans through, bro. See it through. All right, let him go Ratchet. No. Where are the ears? Ears or tier 2? Old Man Cat, how do you not know that ears are tier 2, brother? You've been watching me for how long now? What are we doing? What are we doing? Tier 1 is the introductory. Tier 2 is the ears. Come on, man. Come on. Yes, that's tier 2. Yes, there you go. You got it. You got it. All right, let's cover this story because this shit is crazy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's becoming very difficult to cover everything that's happening between Krafton, the Subnautica 2 game, and the leadership that was fired from this particular game by Krafton recently. Now we have another update, and I know I've been releasing updates damn near every day at this point, but when I say news is moving fast with this particular game, it's moving extremely fast. So apparently Krafton is now blaming the former leadership for all the problems that the game is having and are claiming that the former leadership had abandoned their responsibilities completely. And that is the reason why they got fired. This is going to become a very scathing story. I don't think we've seen the end of this at all, but let me catch you guys up really quick before we get into the rest of the story. So if you guys remember, or if you don't remember, Krafton, the publisher behind Subnautica 2, has finally responded to the concerns and claims circulating regarding the state of the game and recent leadership changes at its developer Unknown Worlds and the reported $250 million payout planned for developers later this year. In a scathing email sent specifically to Insider Gaming, Krafton says that the former leadership, which is Charlie Cleveland, Max McGuire, and Ted Gill at the studio, abandoned the responsibilities entrusted to them, leading to their dismissal. They said Subnautica 2 was originally planned for an early access launch in early of 2024, but the timeline had since been significantly delayed, the Korean-based publisher said. Krafton made multiple requests to Charlie and Max to resume their roles as game director and technical director, respectfully, but both declined to do so. In particular, following the failure of Moonbreaker, Krafton asked Charlie to devote himself to the development of Subnautica 2. However, instead of participating in the game development, he chose to focus on a personal film project. Oh, man. See, here's the thing. I remember saying about 2 videos back that once we found out that the developers got fired, like the head of the studios got fired, once we found that out, I told you guys something was missing. I told you that there has to be a major part of the information that is missing for us to get the full context of the entire story, because this is going to be extremely scathing. And I said that there was going to be more that was going to come out. It was only a matter of time. These developers can't be making all these claims about Krafton, and Krafton was never going to respond. Of course they were going to respond. They were biding their time, and they were waiting to get the right moment to respond with everything. But I got to tell you, with all the drama that's happening with this game, the people behind the game anyway, what's happening to the game? Like, is anybody talking about the game? If you look at the Steam forums, which you're going to look at in a second, if you look at the Steam forums, it's a madhouse over there. Right? Everybody's taking sides. You got people saying they're unwishlisting the game. You got people calling for a boycott of the game. I'm not kidding. We have another article here literally talking about that. Subnautica 2 boycott started by community after Krafton layoffs. People are not happy about what's going on with this game. But in any case, let's continue. So apparently he decided to work on his own film project, whatever that was. And the statement continued that Krafton believes that the absence of core leadership has resulted in repeated confusion in direction and significant delays in the overall project schedule. Now, according to the developers that got fired, they said that this game is ready for early access now. Like right now. They are saying that the game is ready for early access now. Krafton is saying that the game is not ready until 2026. And magically, it's not ready until next year, where they don't have to pay out the $250 million. So obviously that is major sus. But regardless, it is what it is. Let's continue. So regarding the reported $250 million payout, Krafton says that they had dedicated 90% of the earn out to 3 former executives. That payout was set with the expectation that they would demonstrate leadership and active involvement in the development of Subnautica 2. So 90% of that $250 million payout was going to go to the 3 former executives that Krafton themselves fired. 10% was going to go to the team, and 90% was going to go to 3 executives. $250 million to 3 executives is insane. But anyway, despite the changes on the top of the company, Krafton says it's dedicated to creating the best game it can for its players. That means making the decision to delay Subnautica 2 early access into 2026. Subnautica 2 has been and continues to be actively developed by a dedicated core team who share genuine passion, accountability, and commitment to the game. They said, "We deeply respect their expertise and creativity and will continue to provide full and unwavering support, enabling them to focus solely on delivering the exceptional game that you deserve." So, okay, this is a little bit weird to me, right? This is a little bit strange to me. One side is saying that the game is ready. The other side is saying the game is not ready. One person is financially motivated to make sure that the game is not ready, while the other side is not necessarily financially motivated. Or I should say they're more so financially motivated to make sure the game is ready, right? So Krafton would save a lot of money if the game got delayed to 2026. The developers that got fired, they would have made a lot of money if they ensured that the game released in 2025. So you can look at this one of two ways. You could look at this that Krafton is being greedy by delaying an already ready game into 2026 to avoid payout, or the developers are being greedy, the executives are being greedy because they're trying to release a game that's not ready in order to get a $250 million payout. This can honestly go either way, and I don't know whose story I'm believing more, but I will say I'm less inclined to believe Krafton. Just based off their previous history, I'm less inclined to believe them, but somebody's lying about this for sure. This is one of the interesting stories that I think I've ever covered in a long time, because this is like playing Clue, trying to figure out who's the ultimate liar here, who's the murderer in this situation. Either way, the only people that are going to lose out are probably going to be the players, because the gameplay is going to get affected, right? I feel like the game itself is most likely going to be affected by this internal drama that's happening right now. Sure, they fired those 3 developers, but I don't think that's going to be the end of it. And I know they hired a bunch of new people, but the people they hired, a lot of people do not like, right? So things are looking pretty crazy here. Krafton adds that it's committed to fairly compensating all the employees who are still at Unknown Worlds who have continuously and tirelessly contributed to Subnautica 2's development. We believe that dedication and effort of this team are at the very heart of Subnautica's ongoing evolution, and we reaffirm our commitment to provide the rewards that they were promised. They said. Now, again, they were only promised 10%. So if you take 250 million and 10% of that, that's probably what they're going to give to the development team if they are able to release this game properly and hit certain goals in 2026. They're not going to give them $250 million. A lot of that money, 90% of it was for executives. So they're going to give it to the new CEO they got hired. I guarantee you that CEO that got hired, part of the pay plan that was offered to him was, hey, if you help us release this game, you will get 90% of this $250 million bonus. And it's not going to go to the 3 people that got fired. So clearly they butted heads and things are pretty ugly to the point where now they're calling for a boycott on Subnautica 2. And like I said, over on Steam forums, people have taken their sides, right? You got a couple of threads here. How many of us have unwishlisted a game, right? The OG creators are a joke for abandoning their game. Now it seems like people are starting to turn on the OG developers because in the beginning, they were all for defending them. Now they're like, oh, These people are a joke for abandoning the game, et cetera, et cetera. This person says, looks like Reddit Brigade is on full force today. Guess this is going to be like this for the next couple of months. Remember, guys, defend the corporate employees who definitely had your best interests at heart. Not like they were off doing their own projects and failed at every one of them, right? Oh, man. Posted this thread. If you're still going to buy the game, beware. Liars, all of you. Y'all said Subnautica 2 is on track for 25, and now you turn your words around and say it's delayed. I expect better from y'all. Ignored and removed from the wish list. Full Krafton Responds. Bro, it's just crazy. Wish list removal check, just in case you know this is not. Woke this is Subnautica 2. Nobody's even talking about that right now. So let's talk about the boycott. So the boycott is looking pretty interesting right now. If you scroll down, it says that the message is strong and clear. The publisher Krafton, this isn't a thread on subreddit, by the way. This isn't a subreddit. The message is strong and clear. The publisher Krafton has fired all 3 original founders of Unknown Worlds and delayed the game to 2026, so the devs would have received $250 million in bonuses. Do not support these shady business practices. Do not buy Subnautica 2. It's accepted in the community that by delaying Subnautica 2's early access, this stunts the company's ability to reach the $250 million payout target. Judging from some of the comments I've seen in the Reddit thread, this boycott is likely going to be supported by many. So I don't know what's going to go down, honestly, ladies and gentlemen. I think this is going to be a situation where we're going to have to wait and see what's going to happen. But I will say this. I don't think this is the end of the story. I don't think that this is where it's going to die off. I think we are going to end up finding out more and more as time goes on. The amount of things that have been leaking right now in the gaming industry is insane. Everything has been leaking. And it's only a matter of time before the information and the truth about what happened here gets leaked. Somebody's going to speak. I don't know who it's going to be, but somebody is going to speak. And when they do, if that's going to show us who is really the one that is doing bad here. Is it the original OG developers? They wanted to rush the game out there for $250 million payout? Or is it Krafton, who wanted to avoid paying $250 million, so they delayed the game to 2026, and they fired the people who were trying to stop that from happening? Either way, this is a wild story, and we're going to keep following it. So let me know in the comments down below, what do you think about all this nonsense? Which side are you on? Are you on any particular side? Or do you think they're all fucked, and the gamers are going to be the ones who are going to end up getting the short stick? Whatever that may be, leave a comment, leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Guys, this is a wild story, man. I'm actually really excited to see which ways this goes. I'm really excited to see which way this goes. I feel like this can go, honestly, either way. This can go either way. Who cares about this shit game? A lot of people do, bro. A lot of people. Warband, come on, man. We can't be that jaded. Like, look, Subnautica, it's not my kind of game. I've said that many times. But this game has a very strong community. Very strong community. And a lot of people, it's one of my best performing videos every single time because a lot of people play this game. It actually has one of the highest review scores on Steam as well. You know, the second one people don't like too much, you know, below 0, whatever it's called. But the first one people really loved. People love this game. And again, this game has 51,000 concurrent. It's got 5,000 people playing every 24 hours right now. It's got a decent amount of life. It's actually growing. If you look at the numbers, it's growing, the first one. And it's sold anywhere between 6 to 11 million copies. You know, 600 to 16,000 followers on Steam, 97% positive reviews. It's crazy numbers, man. It's crazy numbers. There's people watching this game more than some recent AAA releases. And that's now, after the game's been out for almost 8 years. So again, I mean, I don't personally care about this particular game. This kind of like, I've never been into this kind of stuff, but my job is to ensure that people understand from all gaming perspectives what's happening out there. And this is absolutely a major story. This is a major story, and it would be a disservice to let this story kind of go. So we're going to keep talking about it, you know, as more information comes out. I don't think anything's going to come out anytime soon. I think we're pretty much all going to be on the quiet end for a little while, but somebody's going to leak something for sure about this particular situation. And when they do, we will know more about it overall. I just want to know who's really pulling the strings here. Like, who's really the one? Is it the developers or is it Krafton? Who is really the one? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But now we got a response from both sides. So we'll see what happens from there. Thank you guys again for hitting tier 1. That's insane. As we work our way towards tier 2, like Louis Racina said. Roman E for a 5. If Nintendo could have bricked a third party back in the day, they totally would have. Oh, of course. Of course. I'm assuming you saw my video on that. Yeah, Nintendo, what they're doing is wild, man. It's wild. And they are purposely trying to destroy the third-party market. They're trying to ensure that every single person possible gets put in their ecosystem. Even if it's partially, they don't care. Like, they just want you in their ecosystem. Like Mad Catz controllers back in the day on the N64. Yep. They always been bitchy. Yep. I know. Not an FBI 4 or 5. Methinks Subnautica 2 will go the way of Titan Submarine death by implosion. You hate to see it, but after the Sub-Zero, my hope wasn't high. Well, see, that's the thing. A lot of people, like I said earlier, didn't like Sub-Zero, according to a lot of players. If you look at the Steam forums, if you look at their personal reviews, people were not happy with that game at all. Not even close compared to the first one. So, developers were promising that the next one, Subnautica 2, was going to be like the first one, just better. But there were a lot of people hyped. Guys, keep in mind, Subnautica 2 is the number 2 most wishlisted game on Steam right now. Throughout the entire platform. The number 2 most wishlisted game. So people are very interested in this game. It may not be me. It may not be Warband, but a lot of people are interested in this game. So that's not something to scoff at, Let me check Rumble really quick. Anything on Rumble before we continue to the final topic? Let's see. I don't think so. Nope, Rumble's asleep. Rumble is asleep. All right, let's hold on. Let's go here. Oh man, Cat says Hypnotic, that would be me. Yeah, I mean, listen, I know of a lot of people that play this game. Again, it's not me, but I know a lot of people that do. You don't get the hype, but yeah, no, I'm the same way. I don't get the hype either. Maybe it's something I'm missing. I don't know, but a lot of people like it. Old man says, I want my game, damn it. I don't know, brother. I don't know if you're gonna get it at this point. We'll see. Jimmy Collins says, yo, I'm late. What's up? What's up, Jimmy? How you doing? Let's get into the last topic of the evening, boys. We got Nintendo news. Oh, man. Nintendo. God, man. Nintendo doing Nintendo things. Why am I not surprised? You know what's crazy, man? Nintendo. What makes this story hilarious is that everybody knows what happened with the Epstein files recently, right? Everybody knows what happened with the Epstein files. Everybody knows that now they're trying to pretend like it never existed. They're trying to pretend like, oh, it's not a thing. It's not a thing. Bro, the fact that Nintendo can get the FBI to shut down a piracy website, but the FBI can't figure out what to do with the Epstein files is just crazy. It's crazy to me. It's so fucking ridiculous. It's like the FBI will go and get what they want to get if it benefits them, but anything else that doesn't benefit them, like, yeah, we're working on it. It's like, bro, what? What do you mean they don't exist? What do you mean they don't exist? We're working on it. What files? I don't know what you're talking about. You still talking about that? Crazy, bro. Like, what do you mean? Are we still talking about that? Anyway, let me not even get into it. We'll be here all night, which I'm sure some of you won't mind. Shout out to you guys. So, okay, now we're going to talk about Nintendo. Nintendo, this is a pretty huge story. I never visited this website because I'm not like someone who does fucking ROMs or emulation or anything like that. But pretty huge website. NSW2U. Pretty popular place for downloading Switch ROMs. And apparently it got seized by the FBI, which very interesting. So let's cover this and let's see what's going on here. I haven't had the opportunity to read this yet and check this out. So very curious. This is a great picture for a thumbnail. This website has been seized. Nintendo's pure evil. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to talk about it in the video, but I think it's interesting to see just how hard Nintendo is going with this particular generation. It's almost as if they have done everything that they possibly can, right? To buy their time, right? They took so many piracy L's probably during the Switch. They researched everything, every issue they had, and they tried to come up with a solution for everything, right? You got them bricking Nintendo Switch 2 consoles. You got them bricking accessories, right? Third-party accessories. They're trying to control the fucking third-party market. They're trying to stop third-party accessories from being able to work with the Switch 2. They're doing everything they can to just control everything that you do with the product that you bought. It's crazy. Even though a lot of people buy third-party accessories because they're more affordable, so they're like, nope. They'll do everything to ensure that you can't use third-party accessories, but they will try to do everything possible to avoid fixing their fucking Joy-Con drift, right? They'll do everything possible to avoid doing anything that will actually benefit you as the player, but they'll damn sure make sure that you can't do anything else. Just crazy stuff, man. Crazy. Anyway. All right, guys. So we're going to talk about Nintendo. And the reason why we're talking about Nintendo today is because apparently Nintendo was able to do what the United States government couldn't do with the Epstein files. Nintendo has been able to get the FBI to seize one of the most popular piracy websites for the Nintendo Switch, right? NSW2U was apparently a popular place for illegally downloading Switch ROMs, and it was just recently seized by the FBI. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the FBI is not out there solving crimes. The FBI is not out there, solving Epstein file lists or anything like that. No. The FBI is out there ensuring that the Nintendo ninjas don't get their games pirated, because that's the most important thing ever. One of the biggest Nintendo Switch piracy sites around the world has been taken down by the FBI as part of a law of enforcement operation on Thursday. NSW2U was one of the better known repositories for Switch ROMs online, allowing people to play games on hacked Switches or emulators on PC without legally purchasing the games themselves. I'm sure Nintendo saw this website and they were like, "You'll need stop now." And they called the FBI and was like, "We sent ninjas or you die." You take it down or you die. That's basically what they're trying to say. And the FBI was like, "Okay, Nintendo, we'll do what you say. Please, just please don't Epstein us." And that's basically what they're doing here. So again, one of the biggest websites out there was taken down, and this domain has been seized by the Federal Bureau of Investigation in accordance with a seizure warrant issued pursuant to 18 USC 2323, issued by the United States District Court for the Northern District of Georgia as part of a law enforcement operation and an action by the Federal Bureau of Investigation. That's a lot of words for them essentially saying we took this shit down. Reads a notice now posted on the site when you visit the URL. It says the FIOD, a Dutch agency that investigates financial crimes in the Netherlands, was also involved. So they got everybody involved in this. They got the entire worldwide involved in this to take this website down. This website must have been, again, I haven't visited this website. I'm not big into ROMs or emulation or anything like that. But I got to imagine that this website must have been losing Nintendo so much money that for them to go this hard to take it down ASAP is pretty wild. According to users on the Switch Piracy subreddit, the site was still active earlier today, with many claiming to have downloaded games within the last few hours. The NSW2U sites were first added to the EU piracy watch list back in May of this year. The FBI and Nintendo did not immediately respond to a request for comment. I don't think they're going to respond. Nintendo likes to just kind of use their ninjas to operate silently and take things down whenever they can. But I'm sure this is not going to be the end of it. What Nintendo has been doing this particular generation, listen, the Switch 2 just came out, right? So I don't mean to say this generation as if it's been out for a while, but the Nintendo Switch 2 just came out. And I got to tell you, I have not seen Nintendo go this hard to combat all the things that they're combating at once. I have never seen this, right? They are combating piracy through their own means of bricking Nintendo Switch 2 consoles. They are combating the third-party market, trying to essentially shut it all down by ensuring their consoles have encryption that prevent third-party accessories from being able to work with the Nintendo Switch 2. They're to control the market. They're trying to control what you do with your console after you buy it. They're trying to control everything. They want to control you, it seems, and they also want you to be in their ecosystem exclusively. They don't want you to look at anything else. They don't even want you to buy secondhand, right? There's a lot of bad stories out there of people trying to buy secondhand only to realize that their Switch 2 gets bricked for whatever reason that may be. So again, it's crazy stories that are happening out there with the Nintendo Switch 2 console, but Nintendo is out here doing some wild stuff. It's almost as if they have spent the last, 6-7 years planning all of this. They spent the last 6-7 years prepping for this and to ensure that the next Switch that comes out was going to be as tight-knit as possible to try to prevent themselves losing money to piracy or whatever like that. And keep in mind, Brazil is currently going to potentially pursue legal action against Nintendo for bricking consoles. This is something that they're looking into. Nintendo has 20 days to respond to Brazil. And if they don't, well, I mean, whatever happens after that. So it says the Mario Maker has been cracking down on Switch piracy over the last few years, including taking legal action against the makers of the popular Yuzu emulator. Last year, they let players run Switch games on PC and PC gaming handhelds like Valve Steam Deck. Nintendo has also been pursuing litigation against smaller sites that host ROM downloads for older systems and the makers of third-party devices designed to help players circumvent Switch copyright protections. Again, they will do everything possible to try to take you down. They'll do everything possible to try to stop piracy, but God forbid they try to do anything to try to fix their Joy-Con drift. Yeah, that's not happening, right? They don't want to, that's too much work. They don't want to do that, right? They want to keep you buying the same shit as before. The original Switch was hacked early in its life, and the ROMs for its top-selling games like The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom have proliferated online in recent years. That's led to some to speculate that Nintendo has gone to extra lengths to keep the Switch 2 locked down tight. And that's what I was saying before. It seems as if they are going above and beyond. I mean, they are going so above and beyond. It's insane. Keep in mind, this company right now is one of the richest companies in Japan, and that's with all the piracy issues that they had with the Switch 1. They were able to become the top 10 most richest companies in Japan, even with all the piracy happening. So they're going above and beyond to stop all this piracy from happening. Meanwhile, they're already the top 10 richest companies, in Japan. Like, how much more money do you want? I don't even know. Anyway, so it seems like they're investing all their money to ensure that they try to, take this stuff down and keep it down. That's really what they're doing. But jokes on Nintendo, I guess. So let's check it out. So it says players using unauthorized SD cards for storing multiple Switch 1 ROMs have already begun finding their new Switch 2 consoles to be banned from online service shortly after the console launched last month, with Nintendo reserving the right to break devices that violate its terms of service, which is exactly what's happening in Brazil. They're trying to stop that from happening. They're trying to sue Nintendo and keep that from happening. But I don't think Brazil is going to be able to change the EULA of Nintendo. I just don't think it's going to happen. Obviously, time's going to tell. I hope that they could do something about it. But if they do, it's probably only going to be in Brazil, and that's it. Everywhere else in the world is going to have to abide by the same bullshit until somebody else sues them. But listen, this massive piracy website, I'm sure this is one of many. Right? This is only one of many. There are many other piracy websites out there, and Nintendo can pat itself on the back for this, sure, but there's plenty out there. You can't stop this, right? I think Nintendo is very old school in their mentality. Nintendo doesn't understand how the internet truly works, and they think they can stop the internet from doing its thing. It's not going to happen, right? The internet's going to continue doing its thing for as long as it wants to, and Nintendo's going to blow a lot of money in taking these websites down one by one by one by one. They're going to blow more money than it's worth, but I think they're so old in their ways and so egotistical that they're going to invest and do it anyway. Just because, right? They're hoping that by taking down some websites, they're going to send a message to other people not to do it. But they're going to do it. They're always going to do it. So you guys can let me know, like I said, in the comments down below. What do you think about this? Do you think this anything, prominent is going to happen from this? Or do you think this is just Nintendo being egotistical? You can let me know whatever you think in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. And if you enjoyed it, consider hitting that like button. Subscribe if you're new. And I'll see you in the next one. This ain't going to do a fucking thing, in my opinion. I don't know how you guys feel. Let me read the chat a little bit. I don't know how you guys feel, but I don't think this is going to do a thing. Now, granted, they went after one of the bigger websites, right? Boosh says hello and goodbye. Look at this. Can you believe this fucking guy? Can you believe this guy? He's like, hello, goodbye. This fucking guy. I don't think anything's going to happen. If anything, I think this is just going to enable people or embolden, I should say, people to do it more, right? I think people are going to figure out ways to continue doing what they've been doing. They don't need this big website. There's 100 websites out there. There's 100 of them out there. It doesn't matter. The more money they spend doing this and fighting this, the worse it's going to get. That's just how it goes. For every emulator they take down, multitude more will pop. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's one of those things where, listen, I can understand if this was eating into your money so much where you're on the verge of bankruptcy because you can't, everybody's pirating your shit. I get it at that point. But you're Nintendo, bro. You have all the normies in the world. All the normies in the world. All the fans, all the nostalgia. You are the top 10 richest company in Japan. Seriously. Top 10 richest company in Japan. You could do whatever the fuck you want in Japan, basically. And you're out here wasting your time chasing these people that clearly don't have that much of an effect on your bottom dollar because you are still the top 10 richest fucking company in Japan. What are you doing? Why are you wasting all this time? Why are you spending all this money? It's because they want to send a message. They think that if they take down some of the bigger sites, that other sites will not pop up. And that's wrong, man. You don't understand the internet. The internet will ensure that you are wrong, no matter how much you try to stop it. But they're going to keep trying. That's just how it goes. They're going to keep trying. They got the money. They got the money. And until they waste too much money, they're not going to stop. But they'll get to a point where they waste too much money. They will. They will. Or maybe they just like paying lawyers. I don't know. Who knows? Look at this. We got Raptor Kratos with a 5. Nintendo is the White Rose, like in the show Mr. Robot. Really good show, by the way. Fair enough. Hypnos Cav for a 2. Nintendo has lived long enough to become the villain. For sure. 100%. David Elias with a 2. Nintendo was once a savior. Now it's just AAA. Man, I feel like people don't realize that Nintendo was kind of always like this. The only problem is that so here's the thing, right? Nintendo, people think Nintendo was a nice company before, and then now it's like kind of just shit. But here's what I think is the truth. I think Nintendo was always shit, right? In terms of as a company. Here's why we thought that they weren't shit. It's because Nintendo's old school mentality and ideals lined up with everybody else's mentality and ideals 25 years ago, 30 years ago, right? Then what happened was the other companies started to shift. PlayStation started to shift. Xbox obviously became a thing, started to shift. Modern ideals started to shift with games and whatnot. But Nintendo stayed stuck in its ways. Nintendo stayed stuck in the way that it handled business and the way that it did things. So while everybody else progressed and figured out ways to be more either consumer advocacy or figure out ways to try to, I guess get their games out there, not so much about console exclusives. As everybody else started to change, Nintendo stayed the same. So that's why Nintendo is viewed as the bad company now, when in fact they're just the same. They're the same that they've been 30 years ago. They're the same. They're the same. They've been doing the same shit. They don't want to change. They've been doing the same thing over and over again. So that's why people think that Nintendo suddenly got bad, right? But the simple fact is they didn't suddenly get bad. They've been the same company they've always been, with small little exceptions here and there. They've always been this way. They've always thought this way. They've always viewed themselves this way. And as their IPs became more and more popular, like Pokemon and whatnot, they just got more and more egotistical. So it's never going to change. They're not going to change. The Switch 3 is going to be the same as the Switch. It's never going to change, bro. I remember when Nintendo used to innovate. When Nintendo, especially with the GameCube, I thought the GameCube was amazing. I really did. I feel like they definitely were. Yeah, I was just about to say this. Holy shit. Malphite just beat me to it. Hypnotic Nintendo was better on the Iwata. I was just about to say that. I think that is true. But I still think that mentally they were still the same company, right? They just approached it in a different way a little bit, but it was pretty much the same thing. And they were focused on handhelds at the time. They were focused on the Game Boy Advances. The what was it? The fucking the 3DS and all that shit. I miss those, man. I miss the handhelds a lot. But they were still the same company mentally for the most part. And unfortunately, for them, everybody else changed and they stayed the same. That's basically it. Everybody else changed and they stayed the same. And as everybody else changed, that means gamers' taste changed also. But Nintendo always has that hardcore dedicated fan base, that nostalgic fan base, the people that like the fact that Nintendo doesn't change. And then, of course, those people end up growing up. They have kids, and they teach their kids about Nintendo. And before you know it, it's just cycle continues. So I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens with this, but I think they're wasting their time. I think if there's one thing that's undefeated, it's the internet. The internet's undefeated. And even Nintendo is going to realize this at some point. Even Nintendo's going to realize this at some point. Even though they're old as fuck in their ways, they're like an angry boomer that doesn't understand who they're fighting against. They're going to realize the internet's undefeated for a reason. It's only a matter of time. And then they'll switch their investments and their money to something else. So that's basically it. Okay, let me close this out really quick. Let me catch up. Let me see. On Rumble, anything on Rumble? Let me check really quick. I think we got one. From Deadeye's Lock. Deadeye's Lock. With $1. Elon's Grok makes a Hitler reference, and CEO Linda Yaccarino folds like Biden's bleach chair after. Yeah, I heard she quit. I heard she quit because Grok went amok. Grok was going crazy, and all of a sudden she's like, fuck it, I'm out. Yeah, I'm not surprised at all. Thank you so much for the $1, brother. I appreciate it. All right, boys, we're going to get into the waifu battle now, ladies and gentlemen. We are done with all the topics. If you are on your way out, number one, just look in the mirror, call yourself gay. And number two, make sure you guys join me on the next stream, please. Don't forget. We're going to be getting back to Griffcast pretty soon. We're going to get back to the gaming, the game reviews, and all that. I know you guys keep saying that you miss it. I'm working on it. Trust me. Trust me, I'm working on it. But I appreciate you guys supporting me while I was on the road. Thank you guys so much. You're amazing. But let's get into the waifu battle now, because I have an interesting waifu that I want to bring back to see if she could take down Common America, because I don't know what's going on, but this bitch is not losing. She's not losing. I don't know what to do. All right, boys, waifu battle is here. I think TJAP said we're 130 something away from tier 2. I'm not too sure. All right, boys, waifu battle is here. Listen, man, we got to talk about this, man. We got to talk about this. So, I still don't have the belt pictures because unfortunately something's up with this computer. I don't know what's going on here, but the current champion is none other than the one and the only Common America, ladies and gentlemen. Gee, I wonder why she's not losing. I wonder why she's not losing all of a sudden. Before we bring out the challenger, let's go over the rules of engagement. All right. Rule number 1, all super chats during the waifu battle can and will count towards a particular waifu, but the only way it's going to count is if you put the name of the waifu in the super chat first. You gotta put the name first. If you do not put the name of the waifu in the super chat first, then it will not count, and it doesn't matter how big they are. If you super chatted after the fact and you put the name of the waifu you forgot to put the first time first, then I will make it count. Rule number 2, you can vote for any waifu, regardless of who's on the screen. It doesn't matter. You can vote for the champion, who is Common America, or you can vote for the challenger, who you're about to find out. It doesn't matter who's on the screen at the time. Last but not least, after the second waifu comes off screen, I will do a 30-second countdown. After that 30-second countdown, no more super chats are going to count. It doesn't matter how big they are. And the last super chat that shows up on my screen will be the one that counts. So please, if you're going to vote, vote early and vote hard. Do we understand the rules? I know we don't. I'm looking at the chat right now and I'm like, not a single person understands the rules. All right, guys, listen. I had to bring back an interesting challenger. I honestly missed her a lot. I think she's the type for a lot of people in here. I really do. Let's see if she can take down Common America, because this is becoming another Mount Lady situation. And I don't know what to do. All right, boys. The challenger that is going to go up against the one and only Common America is going to be the one and only Morgan, ladies and gentlemen. Let's start the clock. Let's see who is going to win. Is it? Wow, Deadeye's Lock was so fast with that. Oh my God. Deadeye's Lock was so fast with that. He said Morgan, and I didn't even get to put the names yet. Oh my God, dude. Okay, we got an interesting challenger then. We got Morgan versus Common America. Deadeye's Lock for a $2 banger says Morgan, starting us off right away. Didn't even wait. No wasted time. Where is she from? She's from Darkstalkers. No wasted time. God damn. This is incredible. Deadeye's Lock was waiting on that. He said, let's fucking go. He said, let's go. Am I gonna do a double waifu battle again? Who knows? Who knows? You're never gonna know what's gonna happen. It's gonna happen randomly. You never know. Iguana says vote early and vote hard. I agree. Old Man Cat says look at them hooties. I agree. Democulus says America fuck yeah. All right. Interesting. David Elias with a 2. Common America B2B targeting Morgan's horns. Oh boy. You would say that, wouldn't you? You would say that, wouldn't you? We got Louis Pacina with a 10. Common America, Patriotic Blondie, and the True American Dream. There's no way, man. Come on. There's no way that Morgan gets felted by Common America. Are we serious right now? Where's the Darkstalkers fans? Where are the Morgan fans? There we go. There we go. Cyber Rider dropping a $9.99 saying Morgan with the kissing emojis. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. That's how we do it. That's how that's how we do it. The true fight begins. We got Colonel Rub with the oos, oos, oos. Look at this. Look at this. Shout out to Cyber Rider. Thank you so much for catching Morgan up to the best of your ability. We got Snooty Mims with a 2 over on Rumble. And he says, Morgan, I'm rolling with Deadeye's Lock. So Rumble has decided that Morgan is their champion. Rumble has completely decided. David Elias with a 2 saying Common America. Gulf of Common America. Nice. I see what you did there. I see what you did there. Very nice. Very nice. We are still 115 away from tier 2, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully Morgan or Common America can bring in some votes. Look at this. Old Man Cat says Morgan 500, but I'm unsupervised and broke. More so the unsupervised. Shout out to Old Man Cat. I appreciate it, man. No worries. No worries. It's all good. It's all good. John Winslow says, hey, what's up, John Winslow? How you doing? The West versus East Part 2. Listen, man. Trying to make something happen here. We got to get to tier 2 somehow, some way. Good night, Taffy. Thank you for hanging out. I appreciate it. Holy Aaron says, I just came in America. Jeez, man. Jeez. We need backup for Morgan. We sure do. Right now, it's very light. We got David Elias with a 2. Common America. That's our generation's Lady Liberty. That's a pretty strong compliment. That's a pretty strong compliment. All right. Morgan's coming off screen. And now it is time to bring out the one, the only. I hope this bikini could get us a tier 2. Otherwise, we're losing 85 in a row. We got Common America. Ladies and gentlemen, let's start it out. God damn. This outfit's overpowered. I don't care what anybody says. This outfit's OP. We got Dragon with a 10 says Morgan with her Scottish accent is hot. All right. Fair enough. We got Dark Magus with a 5 says Morgan, the smexy Scottish succubus. Very nice. Very nice. We got Chief Danye with a $50. Oh my God. A $50 banger says Common America. We're taking the whole month. No way. No way, Chief Danye. There's no way. There's no way. Bro, with a 50 banger. Jesus, man. Thank you so much. We got Blackguard with a 20, says Common America from the hills to the valleys. Why am I not surprised, Blackguard? And then Cyber Riders fighting hard. Cyber Riders like, I'm not going down without a fight. 1999. Morgan. And then she said, I challenge you, Bio-T Wolf. Bio-T Wolf out here getting called out. Not surprised. Dragon Master with a 5 says Common America can't let her down now. Dragon Master, come on, man. Trooper with a 5 says Morgan. She ain't Masato, but her handlebar / horns and mommy bags will do. I'm sure you don't mind that. Dranisi is jumping in here with the $25 banger, and he says, don't care, just helping for tier 2. This fucking legend, bro. This guy's a legend. Tier 2 has officially been hit for the 86th time in a row, and the ears are going on. Dranisius, the fucking legend, just made it happen with everybody else. God damn, bro. We fucking did it, man. T-Jab says tier 2 has been hit. Let's fucking go. Then we got Rumble. Anti-Federalist Pain with a 10 says Common America. I'm not with them. This is Rumble America, and it ain't Halloween yet. Wow, the anime betrayal that's happening right now on Rumble is insane. The anime betrayal that's happening right now on Rumble is insane. Anti-Federalist Pain just betrayed Deadeye's Lock and Snooty Mims. And then we got Toxin with a 5 saying Morgan over on Rumble. I want to soul fist her with my Shadow Blade. Vector drain my meat and end it with a finishing shower and sexual embrace. If you know, you know, you know. Wow. Very graphic. Then we got Democulus with a 5. Common America has my full attention. I will protect her all day, every day. Fair enough. Fair enough. To Democulus, thank you so much for the 5 over on Rumble. Rumble's been killing it, man. You guys are insane over there. You guys are insane. Listen, we just need one major hit. We need one major hit from Morgan to turn this around and go for the ultimate troll. Common America fans are saying they're going to be champion for the entire month. Is that really going to happen? Is that seriously going to happen? Hypnotic Rapture with a 2 says Charlotte Vanders can light my firework, spark in, sit on me forcefully in a secluded beach, hot springs, bathe me with her body front and back, baby girl rock by America. You know, Rumble's very graphic. Rumble is very graphic, man. Let me tell you. All right, we're taking Common America off the screen. And now it's time to do the final countdown. Who is going to win? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. The final super chat that is going to count is Bio-T Wolf 19 with a $150 Red Boy Ultra Banger and says, Morrigan, I will forever stand for Dogstalkers plus my picture. Stunner.
Holy shit.
Holy shit, man. Wow. There it is. There it is. And then David Elias with it too. Common America. This is her in Alberta or Greenland. And then Louis Pacino with a $20 banger. Says Common America, but it did not count. But we had 2 more on Rumble. We had $1 from Deadeye's Lock saying Morgan, America needs to be cleansed for their corrupted BS. It does count. Anti-Federalists paying for $1. In Rumble's defense, we were left unsupervised. Join us, YouTube. We have slurs and swear words. Doesn't count for anything. It would have if there was a name in it. And that is it. That is the last ones for the super chats. Mods, let's count it up and let's see who won this waifu battle. But for this $150 insane Red Boy chair stunner banger ultra mega instinct banger this is for you. Insane, ladies and gentlemen. Insane waifu battle, man. Holy shit. What a plot twist at the end. Whoops, feed the ducks. Feed the ducks. Feed the ducks. Hold on. Oh, wait, the numbers are in. Don't feed the ducks. Stop feeding them. They're fat already. Stop. Music off. Oh. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Bioty Wolf came in here unbelievably strong. All right. In the waifu battle, we got Morgan at $209.98 against the champion, Common America at $110 flat, which means the new waifu battle champion is none other than the one and the only Morgan, ladies and gentlemen. Again, I forgot how many times already it's been, but she has been champion for a few times already. And here is another one. Beautiful. I'll put a belt on her soon. You know what I gotta do? I have to add to the emojis. I have to add chair emojis from when there's a chair shot. I have to add like the word stun or stunner. I have to add all that stuff. I really do, because the shit that be happening in the waifu battles are insane. We need to make it happen. One more time. And on that note, I am sure there are many people coping and seething right now.
You are coping and seething. You just can't accept what you're seeing. Yes, you're coping and seething. The truth it is scalding, and now you are molding and coping so hard. Coping and seething.
This was a pretty massive troll. This was a pretty massive troll. I gotta admit, man. BioT-Wolf, this is one of his better trolls, man. Because the Common America fans, they really thought they had this all month long. They thought she was going to be champion all month long, and little did they know. Little did they know. All right, boys, we are taking Morgan off screen, and she will go backstage, where she will face off against another waifu on the next Hypnocast, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Do not miss it, ladies and gentlemen. Do not miss it. All right, guys, listen. Before I catch up on the super chats, I'm going back on the road tomorrow to return to my bunker, where we are going to be playing games and going back to normal. So, may not stream tomorrow due to obviously a lot of traveling, or I might. Who knows? I don't know. We'll see. But I'll obviously let you guys know. But definitely things will be back to normal by Saturday. 100%. Things will be back to normal by Saturday. No doubt about it. No more missing days. No more none of that shit. We'll go back to playing Griffcast on Monday. We'll, go back to reviewing games. All that stuff. Everything's returning back to normal on Saturday. 100%. So stay tuned for that. And should be a good time, man. Should be a good time. Where am I at? Let's see. We got David Elias with a 2 saying sabotage by a succubus. Appropriate. Fair. Beautiful Zexel with a 20. Common America. Sorry, I don't dig with demons. That was a very late vote. That was a very late, bro. Bro, what kind of lag are you on? Beautiful Zexel. That is a very late vote, bro. You're on like a 5-minute lag, dude. Thank you for the 20, man. I appreciate that. You absolute fucking legend. We got Dragon with a 5. Scotland is the forefather of freedom. There you go. And then Louis Messina with a 2. Making a club. I also got felted by lag. Cope. I'm sorry, Louis Messina. You're going to get back on it. Don't worry. You're going to get back on it, man. In terms of Rumble, I think we're good on Rumble. Let me see. Yes, we are good on Rumble. Okay. All right, guys, listen. I had a lot of fun today. This was awesome. Thank you guys so much for supporting and showing up tonight. I know I wasn't around for the last 2 days. You guys know I don't take off for no reason. But like I said, everything will be going back to normal on Saturday. So look forward to that. I may or may not stream tomorrow. Look forward to either the Discord message or the community post announcing whether or not I'm streaming or not. And that's basically it. Thank you guys so much. True Aztec Warrior for the $1. I appreciate it. Thank you for the support, guys, for liking the stream, commenting, spamming the chat, super chatting, gifting memberships, everything. I appreciate it. And shout out to the Hypno Mods for doing what they do every single day. I appreciate you guys as well. We're going to raid somebody right now. But until then, I will see you guys on the next one. Go be bigots and go be gooners. Bye.
I am not gay. I have relationships with women and sex with men. And I got news for you. That means you gay.
Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids.
Her dog or her cat was named Vagina.
Put a ticket in Maker Gang. Fuck Indiana Jones, put a ticket in Maker Gang. Fuck Indiana, put a ticket in Maker Gang. It means put a chicken in it we eat and make her fucking gang. Fucking pronouns. Fucking pronouns.
bring life. I bring life. I bring life. I bring life. I bring life.